Good afternoon, my darlings. It's quite a cold day today, henceforth why I've got the hoodie back on. July, I should be in a t-shirt and shorts and not base layer and a hoodie. Oh well, it's 3:30. It's the 3rd of July, the day before the election. Tomorrow will be what tomorrow will be. We cannot change that. We will get what we get. And that's all I have to say in politics, because talking about politics, religion and money is completely and utterly vulgar, and I can't really bring myself to do it because it just annoys too many people, and it can be quite offensive either way. So I tend to avoid stuff like that. But brings me on to my next subject. I've got half an hour before I have another meeting, and I thought I'd just hop on and talk to you about manners and things like people being rude, and maybe things get lost in translation. I don't know. But it's important to remember to be kind always, because you never know what anyone's going through. Okay, so I just really just wanted to hop on and just say about manners, and I'd like to see some from all walks of life. Sometimes we have hard days. Some are very, very tough days. And I always say, treat people how you would want to be treated yourself. And appreciate that you don't know what everyone's going through. So try to be kind always. Or as Bill and Ted said, be excellent to each other. Okay? So it's just a very, very quick video for you regarding that side of things. The next thing I want to talk about, that I seem to have ignited something which I didn't think I would have done, is manifestation. I still don't get it. It must be a generational thing, I don't know. But you cannot manifest something to happen, right? It just does not happen. You get up, make your bed, get your laundry sorted, sort the house, sort the kids, sort whatever your responsibilities are, and then go out to work and make it happen, right? You cannot manifest that things are going to happen. You have to know, you have to physically do it, right? You have to, I don't know, you want to have your own business, you've got to start your business. How do you start your business? Well, you get an idea, you write down a business plan. If you're going to go to the bank to borrow money, look at it as an investment. Oh yeah, that's the only time I'll ever talk about money. Only borrow if you're investing in something, right? Otherwise it's dead money, right? That's the one and only time I'm ever going to talk about cash. End of. Yeah, so manifesting. I could manifest that pile of washing to wash. Right? I manifest that pile of washing and it will be clean. No, I have to physically get up. I have to physically sort the laundry into a whites and a coloured pile, and then stick it on for a cycle, and then put it in the dryer or peg it outside depending on whether or not it's raining. Yeah. So, that's physically doing something. Oh, I really, really, really fancy having a chocolate cake. We'll either nip to the shop to buy one or stand in the kitchen and make one. You cannot manifest a chocolate cake landing on the kitchen table. You see where I'm coming from? And so that's what I'm trying to get through to the younger generation that seem to think that this manifestation thing and all their dreams are going to come true. No, no, it doesn't work like that. You only get out what you put in, right? And if you're not prepared to work, then you're not going to get the rewards. It's just, I don't know. Did something get lost in translation? Do the younger generation seem to think that if I wish it, it will happen? How? No, I'm so sorry. If you want something, you have to work for it. Okay? I didn't I didn't manifest my business. No. I got my business off the ground. Me. I did it. My husband was always in the background supporting me and making sure that I was, okay, and stepping in to take care of the children because they were children at the time. So I could be free to set the business up, right? The business is what protects this family, right? And my husband knew that in order for me to provide for the family, that he'd step in and take care of the children while I was doing the work. And likewise, I step in and take care of the children while he was doing what he was wanting to do, which was engineering. That's why that's the relationship. One supports the other, and we wrap around the children and protect the family, right? You can't manifest protecting the family. No, you have to physically do it, right? And that's when you need a really good man on your side, your husband, right? He's the one that has his arms around all of us, and we hang on to each other and protect the children. Well, actually, they're young ladies now. Speaking of which, I'm talking to mine on Instagram. Isn't that a fantastic way to stay in touch with the children? Yeah. She's all those miles away and we can still contact each other on Instagram. A fantastically fabulous app. Love it. I really do. And we're getting to see all the little adventures because she's making a little note of it on there for us. It's so lovely. My eldest has just got up now, having done yet another night shift, and she's slept a little bit of today, and she's got up this afternoon, and she'll go back to bed and have a normal sleep pattern for a couple of days, and then she'll do a day shift on Friday. But she was on her own yesterday in the high dependency unit, taking care of two very sick young children, and I take my hat off to her, and she's just amazing. She really, really is. And she's such a dedicated nurse. I'm so proud of her. She works so hard. She worked so hard for that degree. And now the NHS have got a fantastic nurse. So, and then she was last night taking care of those two children on HDU. I couldn't be more proud of her. And see, she didn't manifest her degree now, did she? No, she actually physically got off her backside and went to university to get the thing so that she could become this nurse and take care of poorly children. She's an amazing young lady, and she'll make somebody a very fine partner one day when she's ready. And my youngest, well, she didn't manifest getting over to South Korea now, did she? No. She worked really, really hard to get that position. Yeah, to go out there to learn the language. And she's not only doing a bachelor's degree, she's doing a master's as well. And then she's also doing a language degree on top. Very bright, beautiful young lady. Again, will make somebody an excellent partner one day when she's ready. At the moment, my girls are concentrating on themselves, which is fantastic, and that's how it should be. You know, they've got their entire lives to become parents and wives and partners and whatever they want to be. And if you don't do the exciting adventures now, then you're going to regret it later on when you're in your 30s and you're tied down with responsibilities. Your 20s are for living. Your 20s are for going out there and having fun and getting your education and putting yourself first. And you're not being selfish by putting yourself first. You're not, because you're ensuring that your future will be excellent, right? And you can't manifest your future. You have to work on it. You have to work on your degrees. You have to work on your job and your career. Nothing is ever given to you, which is what I believe people that manifest think is going to happen. They're going to be given an opportunity. They're going to be given something. No, nobody owes you anything, right? Life owes you nothing. You have to go out and you have to earn it, right? And that's why I can't understand manifestation. You know, I'm from a generation that was pull yourself up by your bootstraps and get on with it. And don't stand there crying about it because it ain't gonna change. Right? You have to change the outcome. Only you can do it. And the only way you can do it is by working at it. Exactly. There we go. So that's my 2 pence on the manifestation. If anybody says, "Oh, you must manifest it," I suppose they've got a lot of snake oil to sell you as well, and etc. And maybe a beachfront property in the mountains. I don't know, what does that saying go like? Yeah, so you just there is no manifesting. There is getting up off your backside and getting out there and doing it. Yeah. And that, I don't know, maybe it's a generational thing, maybe generation Z, alpha, beta, whatever comes next. Yeah, and that's another thing. How come the young children of today are so flipping rude? I don't get that. If I'd have spoken to an adult the way some of these young children speak to adults now, first of all, I got smacked round the ear hole from the adult I've been rude to. And then when I got home, I'd have had another smack off my parents for bringing the family into disrepute, for being rude. I don't get it. I don't get the temper tantrums. I don't get the aggression, the rudeness, the willfulness of not following authority. I do not understand. I wasn't raised that way. I was raised to respect my elders. Yes, I was raised to know the difference between right and wrong. Crikey. I was raised by people that told me to pull myself up by my bootstraps and get on with it. You know, there is no retreat, no surrender, right? And that's the attitude that these adults have got to have with these really rude children. And they're not just rude, some of them, they're downright dangerous. They're so aggressive, and they're not small children. I believe they call some of them, they're so big they call them units. Units are large things, and what is more frightening? A large aggressive child that's having a temper tantrum and doesn't respect authority. Now that is a pretty frightening, and yet this is what some of the teachers are having to deal with. If I'd have spoken to a teacher like that, I've had a board rubber thrown at me. In fact, I did have a board rubber thrown at me and a piece of chalk. We used to have a teacher called, and bless her, she's passed on since now, since she was my teacher, because I'm nearly 50, and that I'd put her 90 if she was still with us. And anyway, her name was Miss Miller, but we used to call, we were rotten, we're awful children. We used to call her Miss Miller Godzilla. And oh dear me, dear me. She just did not suffer fools gladly, but she did suffer them, and she had us for a class, so you can understand why. But yeah, those board rubbers come flying through, those pieces of chalk, and they hurt. Bounced off your head. No wonder I've got damage. But yeah, so I don't understand rudeness from these children. I don't get it. And yet they're the first ones to demand that all their needs are met. No, you do not demand. You work for what you want. Do you understand? Your rudeness will not be tolerated. End of. Right? And teachers need to be a bit tougher. And it's awful because I feel as though they're working with their hands tied behind their backs because of the way that the law is geared up to protecting children and not the adults. And one day these children are going to be adults, and what a society are we going to be living in with these children being adults and still behaving like children because they haven't learned boundaries. They haven't learned how to talk to people. They haven't learned to communicate. They haven't learned to get off their bottoms and go out and work and earn the right to have an opinion, to earn the right to have a job. They're not, I worry about the future from that point of view, and I'm glad I'm on this side going out than I am coming up. It certainly gives you something to think about, doesn't it? This new younger generation not respecting authority. Oh dear. No, it is no good. You see, and those are the type of children that want to manifest everything and then get upset when it doesn't happen. And they haven't quite worked out that in order to have something, you have to go out and earn it. Nothing is given to you. Life, my darlings, owes you nothing. It owes you absolutely nothing. If you want anything out of life, you have to work for it. And that is how it is. So, I hope that's cleared everything up. I hope that you could hear this version of the manifestation that I was trying to talk about. Why do I iron? Asked one person. I think her name was Double Brandies or something. I'll just check, because I don't want to offend. Let's see, it was on comments. Brandy Double, yes. Brandy Double, why do I iron? It gives me great headspace. It helps me to think things through. It helps me to plan my business. I find it very, very relaxing, and it's just my way of winding down, if you like. It's a mundane task. It's the most boring task in the universe, and I love it because it gives this time to settle and this time to think. And you don't always get that with all the distractions and everyday life coming at you. Sometimes you just need that quiet, the hiss of the iron and the quietness. And sometimes I might have a play on the radio which helps me to unwind. instead of looking at it as it's another chore, some people love baking. Some people love cleaning. Some people will go out and wash their car. And that's their moment, their zen moment, their time to reset the brain and think. And, what I would say for people that are suffering with mental health problems and things like that is just find your thing that helps you to relax. It doesn't matter what it is, but find it, and it will help this calm down. I'm going through the menopause at the moment, and I'm having hot, cold sweats, I'm having insomnia, joint ache, breaking teeth, lots of little iggles and niggles, and just standing for a few hours every day, just doing some ironing. It resets my mind. It really does, and it helps me to plan and future plan and think, and everybody should find that part in their life and have that, just so that this can calm down. Because if this is overthinking and overworking, you're not going to sleep right at night. You're going to be completely stressed out, and that won't help you to function well. Protect your mind, protect your heart, protect your health. A happy mind is a happy heart, and a happy heart is a happy body. Yeah? So it's just my way of relaxing is ironing. But I won't be doing any more videos while I'm ironing, because clearly the hiss of the iron, and maybe I'm too far away from the microphone, I don't know. Something got lost in translation, and well, here I am explaining manifestation. I don't believe in it. I don't think it's a healthy thing to practice. I think if you want something out of life, you have to put something in, right? You have to work for it. And on that note, my darlings, have a lovely evening. I'm going to go off onto my next meeting, and you're all going to take care of yourselves and read all the books that you want to read, and have a lovely evening. And no doubt I'll be back tomorrow with another hot topic, or maybe we'll still be talking about manifestations and working and earning our right to be on the planet. Take care, and happy readings, darlings.